Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah. Welcome back to my channel, and before we get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, post notifications, and without further ado, let's get on with the video. Today's video is going to be a mood reading vlog. I'm just going to be reading books that I either want to read or, that I want to read, and I am going to be starting off with Sweet Venom by Rena Kent. This came out yesterday. I have not started it yet. I was not feeling well yesterday, so I was not on the Sweet Venom read-along sprints I was going to be on with Brooklyn, but I am so excited to read this and buddy read it with her and all the people in her Discord. I am so excited. This is book 2 in the, what is the series? The Vipers? The Vipers series. I am very excited. Look at those gorgeous edges. This is a dark romance. The first book was quite dark, so definitely check your trigger warnings. And this one follows Jude and Violet, and look at that character art. Stunning. And I can't wait to continue reading, so let's go do just that. I have started Sweet Venom. I kind of match it a little bit. Maybe not. But I started this. I am on page 122, which is chapter 13, and I'm loving this so far. This one is the second book in the Viper series, and it follows Jude and Violet, and he is stalking her because she witnessed his mother being murdered, and so he's going through the list of all the people that witnessed it and getting rid of them. So she's on his list. He's been stalking her, but she intrigues him, and she is very depressed and kind of has a death wish. She's suicidal, and so he doesn't want to give her what she wants. So she is now under his total control, and that is what's happened so far. I am enjoying this. Not as much as book 1. I do prefer book 1 so far by quite a bit, actually. This is still giving me the 5-star feels, but book 1 is one of my favorite books of the year so far. So this one is not quite giving me those feels, but I am loving it. Loving these characters, and I really do enjoy their dynamic. I'm having a very fun time with this. I will continue reading this, hopefully more today. And I do want to start a little novella today, maybe even finish it. I think I'm going to start Winter Ward by Cassie Mint. This is on KU. It is Age Gap. I think he is a famous composer and is one of her, like her dad and him used to be friends, and he needs someone to watch over his daughter. So he says, will you do it? You'd be great for it. And he agrees, and it is their romance. I think it's only like 70-something Kindle pages, so it'll be a very short, quick read. I've been wanting to read a book by Cassie Mint for a while, and this one I think is a good place to start. So I'm excited. Let's go continue reading. I finished Winter Ward. I love this one. I read it in one sitting. It was so quick and easy to read and really fun. I give it 4.5 stars. This one follows our FMC who is in college, and she goes to stay with her dad's best friend, or like one of his friends, because her stepmom, I think it's her stepmom, doesn't like when she's in their house alone without them. So she goes to stay with this guy, and he's pretty strict and stuff at first, but he really likes her, and it is their romance. It is so enjoyable. I love these two characters, and I love their dynamic and their flirting and their banter, and I really did enjoy the spice and the writing. I had a really good time, and I would highly recommend. So I'm going to go back to reading Sweet Venom, and I will update you guys later. I finished Sweet Venom. I give this book 5 stars. I loved it. I did not like it nearly as much as Beautiful Venom, which is the first book in this series. I gave that 5 stars as well, but that is one of my favorite books of the year so far. This one is not one of my favorites of the year, but it is 5 stars. I really do recommend it. I had a fun time with this one, and this one, it takes place before the events of Beautiful Venom, and then during the events of Beautiful Venom, and afterwards. And at first I wasn't really enjoying that part of the formatting of the timeline, but overall, I'm really glad we got to see it that way instead of just diving on into their relationship already kind of existing. I really enjoyed seeing the backstory and like how they first entered each other's lives and all that kind of stuff. I did enjoy seeing it. And maybe it could have been a little less of that like before Beautiful Venom timeline, but I still really enjoyed this. I had a fun time. There were a lot of shocking twists at the end. One of them I wasn't a huge fan of. The other one I was like, oh my god, but confused because if you know, you know. But then everything worked out and I really did enjoy this. I did enjoy these characters, especially Violet. I love her character so much and I really had a fun time. Rena Kent's books are always a good time for me so far. This is my second book by her. And I can't wait to continue reading more of this series and more from this author. So that is my update on Sweet Venom. I'm going to be starting another book. I'm just not sure which one it is. I'm going back and forth between The Sweet Secret by Tierney Page, which is an arc I have that I need to read, and When Death Whispers, I think it's called, by Demi Warwick and someone else, I think. And I'm not sure which one I want to read. I should probably read the arc first, get that like checked off so it is done before it comes out on the 13th of January, I believe, 2026. So I should probably get that read sooner rather than later. And I am really excited for that one. I'm excited for both. But they're both over 400 pages. And I know that's not a huge book, but I'm kind of just... with the Tierney Page one, I'm like, it's a contemporary romance. And yes, I do enjoy longer contemporary romance sometimes. But right now, I'm just kind of I just want quick, fun, easy reads. But I'm sure it will be because the first one read pretty quickly. And I did enjoy the first book in that series. This is book 2 in the London Hearts series. The first one was a rockstar romance, so I'm not sure if this one is going to be as well. But I will let you know when I started one of these books, and I will update you guys then. I've made it 31% into The Sweet Secret by Tierney Page. This one is the second book in the London Hearts series, and this is best friends, brother, as well as workplace, and it is really, I'm enjoying it so far, but there is some parts that are quite cringy, and I wish that had been like those little lines here and there had been left out because they don't add to the story. They're just there. I guess they're supposed to be funny, but it's really, really not in my opinion. So I really wish those were not in this, but I am enjoying the story. I really like both of her characters. Basically, our FMC, she works at this company and she presents a pitch to the guys that are going to like be supporting one of the teams at this company, because like her and her boss put together a presentation, and then like her work rival and someone else put together a presentation, and then these guys were going to decide. And one of those guys, like the main guy, is her best friend's brother, who she's actually like never met before or hasn't seen in like a long time. So, but they definitely have chemistry. They find each other very attractive. I am really enjoying their chemistry and their flirting and banter, and I'm just really having a good time. I definitely am enjoying this book and this writing and the characters. I really love our FMC Gemma. She's incredible. And I do like our FMC Max as well. I am looking forward to reading more. And I feel like that is it for my update. Kind of a short little quick one. But I am enjoying it. Don't want to say too much. It is an arc. Comes out in January. Not sure when in January. I will have to try and remember to look into that. But by the time you guys are seeing this, it probably won't be out yet. But I have no idea when you're seeing this video. So it's not out yet. It is still to be released. So I'm reading it ahead of time, which is very nice. And usually with my arcs, I'm always late to get to them, but this one I am getting to, and I am so excited to continue reading. Let's go do just that. I finished The Sweet Secret. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to give you my thoughts now. I'm not sure what I said in my previous update, so I don't know if I'm going to be repeating myself. Hopefully not, but I really enjoyed these two characters, Gemma and Max, and their dynamic, their flirting, their banter, their chemistry. And I really did enjoy their like dynamic and like the forbiddenness of them having to keep their relationship a secret, because he is her best friend's brother and she's his sister's best friend. And so I really did enjoy that. I really enjoyed the writing at most of the time, but there were just some cringy lines that did not need to be in there. They were just cringy humor, bathroom humor, all that kind of stuff that was just thrown in. I don't even know why, but I think just to be funny. And personally, it was not funny to me. But if you took that out, I think I may have given it a higher rating. Actually, I don't think. I know I would have. That lowered my rating. I probably would have given this 4.5 stars if it weren't for that. And I could have overlooked maybe once or twice, but it happened a lot in this book. And that's just my personal taste. I do not like that kind of humor, so that was not written with me in mind. But I did enjoy this story. I did enjoy, again, the characters, the writing for the most part, and the setting, and just how everything happened. I enjoyed the pacing. It was quite fast-paced, but not too fast-paced where you thought you were missing things. But it just was one that I could easily keep reading, and I didn't feel the need to stop and take a break. I just wanted to keep on going and find out what happens next. I really enjoyed Lance as a side character. He was barely in the book, but I loved him. So definitely enjoyed this one. 4 stars. It comes out on January 13th of 2026. So I'm pretty sure it is not out yet by the time you are seeing this, but definitely keep your eyes open for when that releases. And it is the second book in a series. Book 1 is The Other Brother, and that one was 4 stars for me as well. Now I have started The Night House by Jo Nesbø. This I didn't actually realize was translated. I think this might be my first translated fiction, my first translated book that I read. And I saw the average star rating on Goodreads. It's not good. It is a 3.24, but don't let that scare you because, well, I don't know if it's good yet. I barely started, but I try not to take those ratings too seriously, especially if I'm really interested in the book, because everyone has different tastes, different opinions, and this one does have quite a lot of, well, it has 17,000 reviews, I think, like ratings, and I feel like a lot of them were like 3 and 4 stars. So, and to some people, like when I give a 3 star, it's not a book I really enjoyed that much, and for me it's a pass, a miss. But for some people, that's a good rating, so you never know based on that. But this one is a horror book. It is quite short. I'm on page, what page is this? Is it going to tell me? Page 35. Page 35 of this. Just started this, and I'm intrigued so far. Basically, this follows our main character, Richard, and he is a bully, and he's hanging out with his friend when they go to a telephone booth after they're by the river. Then they go to a telephone booth to make a prank call. He makes the other kid do the call, and then the kid gets sucked into the phone, like at the phone booth, the receiver, and it is quite horrific and gruesome, but it doesn't go into too much detail for very long, but it is definitely horrific. And then the police are involved in questioning him about what was going on because he was the last one to see this kid, and he did lie and say they were never by the river because the police are thinking that maybe things got out of hand and he maybe pushed the other kid and then the kid fell in the river, and that's what happened, but he just doesn't want to tell the truth. But as far as we know, the thing that happened in the telephone booth did happen. And then the name that was on that phone book in there was replaced. Like that, one of the name that they called was not in that phone book. So then he went to the library and he found a phone book, and it had that name in it. And that is where I've gone to so far. So I am enjoying this. The writing is decent. I have no really feelings about the writing. It's not great, it's not bad, it's just I'm along for the ride. The story is interesting. I'm very excited to see where this goes. And I don't know if it's going to be an unreliable narrator situation. I think it might be, because the end of the synopsis says, then again, Richard may not be the most reliable narrator of his own story. So I'm intrigued. Let's go continue reading. I finished The Night House by Jo Nesbø. I give this 3 stars. It was interesting and it was definitely unique. This one, unfortunately, was not as amazing as I was hoping. I will be unhauling this. I did have an enjoyable enough time with it, which is why I got 3 stars. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but my time reading it was fine. I'm glad I read it. It was interesting. And again, a very unique concept. This one just, I never really knew what was going on. And that was the point of the book. Like every time you thought you knew what was going on, it was like, nope, no, you do not. And just kind of said, here's what's actually going on. And it did that several times. And I had a fun time with it. And I would not recommend it probably. But if you are interested in some weird, creepy, unique premise horror that is very, you never know what you're reading, if what you're reading is actually the story, because again, there's so many like twists, and not twists, but like it turns out to be one thing, like I don't know if this is spoilery, so if you don't want to know anything remotely spoilery, maybe skip over this part, but it's like a play within a play or a dream within a dream, and it's like when you think you know one thing, turns out that wasn't real, and it keeps happening. But that is this book. That is my thoughts. I will be unhauling it, like I said, but glad I read it. I am so sad to see this book leave my collection, though, because this is a stunning cover. I'm obsessed with this cover. Why did this book have to not be as good as I was hoping? Like, look at that cover. Anyways, that is this one done. And I think the last book we're going to be reading in this video is When Death Whispers by Demi Warwick and someone else. I never remember the second author's name, and I'm so sorry. But I'm going to be reading that. I'm pretty sure it is Why Choose. I think it's kind of I'm not sure if it's like a monster-y romance or like a romantasy or a paranormal, because I'm pretty sure some of the love interests are not human. But I'm excited to start this. Let's go get reading. I started When Death Whispers by Demi Warwick and Lisanne Marie. I've made it to 53% and I am loving this book. So what this is about is, it is about this woman who her whole life there has been this like monster that has basically like been always around her, and it is the reason that everyone that she grows close to ends up dead. And then one of our main male characters is a regular human guy. She works with him and he really likes her, and then he gets not roped into, but he finds himself thrown into her life, and including monsters, because now there's not only one monster, there's 2 monsters. There are different kinds of monsters, and they are both interested in her, at least lust for her. I don't know if they love her, but they do find her attractive. And the other guy, the human one, he really likes her, and so it's kind of like all 3 of them like her. She kind of likes all 3 of them. Well, at the moment, she likes 2 of them, the human one and one of the monsters the most. The other one we haven't seen too much of, the one that's been in her life for a long time. We haven't seen him as much, but I'm really loving this. I love the writing. The concept is so unique and interesting, and I'm just having a really fun time. I love our main characters, especially the main female character, and honestly our human main male character, but I do really like the 2 monsters as well. But I'm just having a fun time with this, and the think this is going to be a very highly rated book for me. So I'm excited. Let's go continue reading. I finished When Death Whispers. I give it 5 stars. I adored this book so much. I loved the ending and how they all, not really a spoiler to Why Choose Romance, but they all ended up in kind of like a relationship together. Like they're all with her and they're all bound and like connected to each other, like bonded. And I just had a really fun time with this. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all of the characters, the writing, the plot, all of the like paranormal monster aspects. And I'm really glad I read it. I would highly recommend. That is going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching. We had some pretty great reads in this video. What did we read in this video? Sweet Venom by Rena Kent. And thank you, Brooklyn, for inviting me to do the read along. I had so much fun. And I gave that 5 stars. I gave, what was Winter Ward? 4.5 stars. Sweet Secret, I gave 4. The Night House, I gave 3. And then this one, I gave 5. So, I think those are the books we read. Overall, had a very good, fun time with these books. Let me know if you read any of these, what your thoughts were, or if any of these are on your TBR. Maybe they have moved up your TBR, down your TBR. Maybe they've been added to your TBR. How many times can I say TBR? And if you don't feel like commenting any of that, you can leave a... Let's do the phone emoji. And before you guys go, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.